For Thursday, January 12th, 2017. I apologize for skipping yesterday as I did not feel quite well and I didn't have the energy just to do it, so I apologize for skipping yesterday. But markets today were actually quite volatile, as they were yesterday. A lot of volatility in the markets due to several factors, of which yesterday was President elect Trump's discussion about pharmaceutical prices. And once those biotech stocks started sinking, it took the rest of the market down. 20,000 was in reach up until that point. And then it just kept going like a yo yo, up and down and up and down. Today was the same thing, except there was negative volatility, meaning we were down about 184 points at the low, and we came back up, but obviously not a positive close, as you will see shortly. So it's just been crazy couple days in the markets, really. Although, listen, at the end of the day, just because we didn't breach 20,000 now, that means we're never gonna. I'm excited about it, as I said in previous videos, from a historical basis. But obviously, you have to understand that market pullbacks are good. They're healthy, and this is might be a sign of a little correction, maybe a baby correction. I don't think you're going to see a full 10% retracement, but certainly not out of the realm of possibility. But anyways, let's get into the markets today. Let's dive into them. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 63.28 points to 19,891 even, down 0.32%. The Nasdaq Composite closed down 16.16 points to 5547.49, or 0.29% to the downside. The broad-based S&P 500 closed down 4.88 points to 2270.44, or down 0.21%. And the small cap Russell 2000 closed down 12.23 points to 1361.07, down 0.89%. Looking at some other indices today, the NASDAQ 100 Triple Qs closed down 8.78 points to 5,041.43, down 0.17%. The S&P Midcap 400 closed down 8.62 points to 1678.29, or 0.51%. The S&P Small Cap 600 Index closed down 9.78 points to 833.29, or down 1.16%. So small caps have gotten a much bigger womp to the downside, shall we say. So going on, the NYSE Composite closed down 22.63 points to 11,204.15, or down 0.20%. The XAU, the Gold and Silver Index, closed down 0.18 points to 86.22, or down 0.21%. The SOX Index, the Semiconductors, closed down 8.37 points to 918.16, or down 0.90%. And the VIX, the Volatility Index, closed up 0.27 points to 11.53, or 2.40%. Looking at market internals today, volume was average. Total share volume on the New York Stock Exchange, 3.45 billion shares traded, of which 1.221 billion were advancing, 2.171 billion were declining, and 68 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq stock market, 1.795 billion total share volume, of which 673 million was advancing, 1.064 billion was declining, and 57 million were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, the Amex total share volume, 124.5 million shares traded, of which 34.9 million were advancing, 87 million were declining, and 2.35 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the advanced decline line or market breadth, on the New York Stock Exchange, 1,200 issues were advancing, 1,793 were declining, and 112 were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq stock market, 960 issues were advancing, 1,883 were declining, and 145 issues were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or AMEX, 128 issues were advancing, 185 were declining, and 23 issues were unchanged. Let's take a look at the currencies and commodities section today. Starting off in the currencies versus the US dollar. The euro, 1.0617, up 0.0036. Japanese yen, 114.72, down 0.69. And my favorite currency, the English pound, 1.2170, down 0.0043. And the Australian dollar, 0.7491, up 0.0050. And the Swiss franc, 1.0102, down 0.0039. Let's look at some selected commodities. West Texas Intermediate crude, 53.06, up 0.81. Percentage change, up 1.55%. Brent North Sea crude, 56.08, up 0.98, or up 1.78%. Gold, 1196.30, down 0.3, or down 0.003%. Silver, 16.810, down 0.018, or down 0.11%. Dow Jones Industrial Future and the Equity Index Futures, down 71 points to 19,806, down 0.36%. S&P 500 Future, down 6.75 points to 2263.75, or down 0.30%. And last but not least, the 10-year bond, up 5/32 of a point, yield to maturity down to 2.358%. So yeah, a lot of volatility the past 2 days. It's been quite a roller coaster, but a predictable one, to say the least. The markets are all over the place. There's a lot of unknown variables now with this new administration coming in, and there are a lot of steps to resolve before we can get some more clarity. You know, just as a basis, the markets do hate uncertainty. I know some day traders love it, but the markets do definitely hate, uncertainty as far as the way things are going, because it just leaves a lot of stuff up in the air, so to speak, right? So you have to be cognizant of that. But anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. I want you guys to all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you later. And I want to finish off by saying, if you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you can, please support me on Patreon. It would be a big help. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Also, before I forget, in closing, never give up on your dreams. Always fight the good fight. You may not get there exactly when you want or how you want, but life is a bunch of obstacles, ups and downs, disappointments, and happiness. But if you always fight and you win and you push and you persevere, you will get there. Never give up. I never did. So I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good night. Bye-bye.